There's only a few kinds of fights that are guaranteed to be a big fight. Now, is that a worldwide big fight, an international big fight, an industry-wide big fight, or is it a personal record for you? This is going to be my biggest fight. You could have a title fight. You could have a main event fight. Or you could have a comeback fight. All of those are going to be big fights, even if it's unique to you. My biggest fight. Mike Tyson is playing his comeback fight perfectly. He's getting rounds of media. He's getting everybody calling him out. He's responding to absolutely nobody. Now, as those call-outs die down, he will begin to respond. He will have to respond. He will have to create headlines. But if the headlines are being created for him, and listen, there is nothing more powerful than speculation. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever had a rumor started about you? And it was probably something negative, right? Probably something not true that you don't want your name attached to. Maybe you got to go back to middle school, but the answer is also yes. You see the power of speculation. You see how your classmates all buy into it, and maybe you were sick for a day or two, and you weren't at school to set the story straight and tell them, and you walk through the doors and everybody's looking at you different. You don't even know why. That is the power of speculation. It is a very powerful thing. So Mike Tyson, who could respond to the jobbers and the jabronis and all these thirsty people out there. Listen, the more thirsty you are, the less you're going to get to drink. That's the way that this works. Mike Tyson is not looking for a hard fight. Why would he be? He's looking for a paycheck. He said that openly. If I was to tell you that Mike Tyson was going to fight, fill in the blank. Are you interested? Would it matter to you? Are you willing to part with some time and some money and mark that date on your calendar? Fill in the blank. TBA. Yeah, the answer is yes. Sure. Mike Tyson is now hitting mitts for 8 and 11 seconds in clips on social media, and they're doing 500,000 plus views. There's just something about Mike. There just is, always has been. They say there's only 2 boxers in the history of time that can sell on their own. Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya. Did not matter who you put them in there with. You're going to fill up an arena. You're going to do great numbers on pay-per-view. Everybody's going to get monetized. Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya. I think you would have to amend that statement and add Floyd. I think you would have to, but the writers out there, the Max Kellermans and the Teddy Atlases of the world, will still just give you those same 2 names. Perhaps they need to amend that and add Floyd. Either way, that hasn't gone away. That was true in his career. It's going to be true now. No matter how silly this is what he does, and maybe it's not going to be silly. Maybe he's going to jump right into the deep end and old Mike's going to get starched. I don't know. But I do know enough to tell you if it's an opponent that can starch him or it's an opponent that he goes in there and it's just something for fun like Logan Paul's out there doing with KSI, what's the difference? You're going to pay your $49. You are, no matter what. It's not going to affect the pay-per-view price. Whatever that price is going to be whether whoever he's fighting. Like Vince McMahon said, if you give me enough time to promote it correctly, I could sell out Madison Square Garden to watch a wrestler take on a mop. And it's true. You need the right wrestler, you need the right promoter, you need the right storyteller, but Mike is doing everything right. We are clamoring at the bit to see Mike fight. I think they need to manipulate. I think the more the rules are manipulated, the better. You put him in 12 rounds, this is silly. You put him in 10 rounds, this is silly. You put him in a 4-round fight. And then if you want to have a little fun with that, go ahead. You want to make them 2-minute rounds with a minute off? Fine. Or make them 3-minute rounds, minute off, just do boxing rules. Okay, fine, 4-round fight. That's what I believe that you do. But whatever you do with Mike, it's only getting more valuable. When Mike started this whole game, he was very open to say, first person to come to a table with $1 million gets my signature. You figure out Mike didn't ask for 10 rounds. I'm saying do less rounds. Mike didn't say he wouldn't do 12 rounds. I'm the one suggesting 4 rounds. But I do think that that gives you an ability to also manipulate that opponent. If I tell you Mike is going to fight, I say some 26-year-old that's a top 10 fighter right now, there's nothing to see there. But if I tell you, well, it's only going to be 4 rounds, all of a sudden there is something a little bit more compelling about it. There is something a lot more different about it. Particularly if the statement that people believe to be true, I don't know how true it is, but I do know there is a narrative and a phenomenon that the last thing a fighter loses is his power. I've heard fighters come out and parrot this statement. I don't know that I've seen evidence that that's true. But I do know that fighters firmly believe it's true. The media and the fans believe that it's true. And we would believe, just on the work that we're seeing Mike do on these social media clips for 10 seconds, that it's true about him. I think there's also a reason those videos are 10 and 11 seconds. I think he's probably doing 8 and 10 and 12-minute workouts right now, and they're finding the best clips. Now, that will change over time. Give him a break. He hasn't done a damn thing in 2 decades. Give him a little bit of a break. But do you disagree with me? I would be very curious if you did. Feel free to. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Do you disagree with me? Are you interested in Mike's comeback? And does it matter who the opponent is? Broad stroke. I don't need details on this. Broad stroke. If Mike comes back and fights, are you watching?